Hello, hello, hello. Here I am sharing my mind about the spilt milk. No, there is just an expression. There is no use crying over the spilt milk. And yeah, this expression is a bit relevant to the video I'm making, but the story is about a woman who I met on the airplane, and she told me, I am happy to have spilled my hot tea on you. Can you imagine that? So this is something that I want to share my mind with you about. And this story happened just 2 days ago when I was taking a plane overnight coming from India back to Europe. And I hurried to present this story to you because I hope it will be inspiring. And anyway, I believe personally that any story, the best story told is any story told fresh. So it was an overnight flight, and I spent a night next to an Indian woman, my neighbor, in the plane. And in the morning we were served breakfast, and this is when we got to know each other. After her breakfast, like finishing her breakfast, she probably was going to take a cup of tea, and accidentally she spilled it on me. It got onto my left leg, and I shook aside a bit. It was, of course, unexpected, and I felt the hot temperature of the tea. But fortunately, because it took some time till she finished her meal, the tea was not already too much hot, so I didn't burn myself. Anyway, of course, the woman got very worried about me. She started trying to help me. She got her tissue and wanted to wet it, to dry my leg, and I started drying it myself. I told her it's okay, no worries. And anyway, she was very much concerned and embarrassed. So she was trying her best to help me in that situation, and she was expressing her concern if I feel hurt, if she can do something for me. I told her that luckily the tea is not so hot, and it's not anymore burning or whatever. I just feel that my jeans was wet. That's it. It couldn't satisfy her, and after a moment, once again, she started asking me if it's okay, and she's so much sorry, and she doesn't know how it happened, and she didn't mean that. And of course I understand this, and I try to comfort her, and I try to tell her that that's all right, I understand, no problem for me. It's only the wet jeans now, nothing more, I'm not hurt. And I felt her pain, I felt her embarrassment, I felt her cluelessness, can you say so, like absence of the clue, that she couldn't know what she can do in order to avoid this situation. But the situation has already happened. There is no use crying over the spilled milk. There was the spilled tea, and of course she couldn't do anything about that. When again and again she tried to express her concern about me and say how much she was sorry, I told her that it already happened. Now I'm telling you it's okay, I understand things like this happen. So I was actually quite happy myself, I was quite proud of myself, yeah, I can say so, that I didn't get frustrated, I didn't get angry, neither emotional or anything. I really understood the situation happening like that, and having this habit from meditation, from understanding the present moment, as I often try to apply in my life, this knowledge of living the present moment, I was understanding it also then on the plane, that what we can do now is just, I tried to easy the situation, to make it simple, and I told her, well, the best thing you can do now, the only thing you can do, you can wash my pants. And she said, oh, of course I would do that, but I said, no, I'm not going to get it off. But even making a joke didn't help me to comfort her, and I understand how much it can be difficult when you hurt another, when you think that you hurt another, when you cause some inconvenience to someone, and you just can't excuse yourself. Probably she expected to be punished, but I wasn't punishing her, so she couldn't really come down with that. Well, the only thing which helped to stop this continuous excusing herself was that I said, you know, I practice meditation, and now is my moment of practice. So I can realize what is the moment of the real happening, and there is no use for me to be emotional or to be angry about you, because this is just representation of anything that can happen in life. Not everything happens always as we want it, not everything always happens as we are happy about it. The woman got very much excited, I guess. So she really kind of a bit opened her eyes and took a breath in for a moment, and oh really, you practice meditation, she said. And here we go, we changed the subject. She asked me whether I practice meditation by pronouncing any mantra or any other method with visualization or something. And I just reassured her that for me meditation is not something where I try to create something. Meditation is just whatever is already happening. We don't need to add anything else. So here we started discussing the practice of meditation. I told her about my way, about 2 years of traveling in India, not in India, in Asia, and 5 months spent in India when I got lots of lessons of life through my daily activities, meeting people, experiencing my own little misfortunes, and also finding support from people, finding some advice, meeting different guru, and also finally finding my way to Buddhism and meditation as I know it now. Although mainly my knowledge comes from a Buddhist monk in Myanmar, in the center of Tabarwa, Sayadaw Tamasara, and I really respect his teaching. So I also told her a bit about him, and she was really interested because she said she had been trying to practice meditation too, but it was not successful, and she could not ever improve, she could not advance. And here I started giving some practical advice how we shouldn't be looking for something, for some improvement or for some advancement, that we should be observing only. And then she asked me about what it is observation, how I do this. And finally, all the rest in 2 hours of the flight, we spent talking about meditation and about the amazing results that meditation brings. And as you can understand now, in the end, she said, wow, I'm so happy to have spilled my tea on you. And to me, it was the best compliment, or the best, I don't know, the best phrase I could hear, because this is something really proving the benefits of meditation, and this is something proving that when we learn it, we can also pass it on to others, not only by instructing people and always trying to be teachers to them, but by our own experience, when they see in reality of the present moment how people who practice meditation and to try to be mindful and not to be attached to anything or anyone happening, but to see experience behind that, how those people live their life. So I hope this sounds inspiring for you too. And any other questions will be welcome, because as I told to this lady that I'm also happy that she spilled that tea on me, because I like to share my knowledge, to share my experience. But of course I cannot just come to the stage on the plane and take a microphone and start speaking. So I need to be triggered. So she triggered me, and that wonderful meeting happened. Well, thanks for your attention, and try to learn meditation. You can ask me some questions. I will be happy to answer. I will be happy to help you to step on this wonderful way of discovering the clarity of our mind, the true nature of our mind through meditation.